everybody. Hi. Oh, stop it. Stop. Welcome to the Right Soul Food Cooking Show. I would like to introduce you to my assistant chef, Harpreet.
Hey, y'all.
Now, on today's menu, we're going to cook everyone's favorite emotional dish. That would be empathy noodle soup. Now, this meal is especially good for the mind, the body, and soul. When you need a little bit of emotional healing, turn to some empathy noodle soup. Everyone knows at the heart of empathy, there are 7 key ingredients. That would be communication, 1, compassion, 2, caring,
3, as well as some nurturing, understanding,
5,
relating,
6,
and a dash of
7.
respect. Okay, now let's get started with the basics. We need to get some water boiling in a pot to create a warm and comforting environment for our vegetables to mix and mingle in. So let's do that.
I agree. So now that we've got that all cooking on the stove, let's start cutting our main ingredients.
Yeah.
So we're going to start off with some communication. Now with communication, you want to pick up some active listening. And active listening is so important in this dish because it allows the person to feel like they've been listened to. And it validates their emotions.
All right, so now Stephanie's working on that active listening. We're going to move on to our next ingredient, which is compassion. Now, compassion is really important to this dish because what it does is it adds a lot of depth into the therapeutic relationship. Now, basically what compassion is, it's the virtue that allows you to identify and comprehend another person's emotions, including their suffering. So let me just get in there and add some of that.
Sure, go right ahead.
Compassion. All right, so what you want to do with compassion is you want to cut it into bite-sized cubes and throw it into our little bowl that has our active listening and communication. And now, let me just add all these ingredients into that boiling pot.
So now that all these ingredients are cooking on the stove, let's go take a sniff.
Sorry.
Smells like some good old empathy soup cooking up in this kitchen. I wish y'all had smell-o-vision, because this stuff smells great.
It smells like amazing.
And another key factor. So, a wine that pairs well with this marvelous dish is called Pinot Trust.
Now, trust is extremely important in maintaining a therapeutic relationship. So let's just cheers to that, shall we?
Sure.
Yeah. All right, so enough of this tomfoolery. Let's get back to some cooking. Oh, almost spilled that Pinot Trust. So what the next ingredient is nurturing. And what you want to do is you want to add in a good size amount of nurturing because it encourages the emotional and developmental growth of your patient. And we all know how important that is for a therapeutic relationship. So let's just add in some nurturing up in that dish.
All right, so on to the next ingredient. You're going to need a heck of a lot of understanding to allow yourself to put yourself in that other person's shoes.
Very true.
So you feel the emotions that they are feeling. So remember, be generous and add as much of understanding as you possibly can. Because
you just add that in.
All right. Because you know what? The more, the merrier.
And finally, to complete this little piece of heaven, we need to add in 2 more ingredients, and that would be relating and respect. What you want to do is you want to add in about a tablespoon of relating and 2 tablespoons of respect. So let me just squeeze in there and add those 2 ingredients in. There we go.
Oh, I just can't wait until the end result.
It is, I'm telling you, it's going to be divine. All right, let me just add these 2 into the pot.
All right. And now how long does that take to simmer?
It takes 45 minutes.
I knew it was
45
something like
minutes,
that.
so that's a lot of time for us to finish off this Pinot Trust. Oh.
What?
Stop it.
Okay.
All right, so let's just cheers to that while we wait for our empathy noodle soup to cook up. All right, let's get to the end product now, shall we? Because we already have enough.
Let's look. Let's take a look.
Let's just take a look. Oh, wow.
Oh, that just looks magnificent.
Would you look at that?
Oh, I just want to eat it all
It
up.
looks divine.
Yep.
Alrighty then. Well,
Okay.
folks, that's our empathy noodle soup. And we'd like to thank you all for joining us tonight. And remember, in order to maintain an ideal therapeutic relationship, you really want to add in a lot of empathy. Thank you all for joining us. Good night.
Bye now.